figure if you're within 0.5, that's about like trailing by a touchdown. And if you're within half a point, you're within striking distance. All that has to happen is for the other team to count a fall. And so the Cardinal within striking distance as we head to the final rotation. Chloe Whitner will anchor the beam rotation for the Cardinal. Has posted 3 solid beam scores this year, 9.875 in week 1, followed by back-to-back 9.9s. And in her career, she has flirted with getting a 10.
Yes, Chloe is a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal leader, and this is her event. She completely shines. She's had a history of injuries, and so this is actually the first season where she's really been able to come into her own, and we're excited to watch her today.
Had to learn a new dismount on beam because the new rules set a minimum for difficulty of dismount.
Yeah, she actually had to learn 3 new skills this season, which is extremely hard, especially as a senior. So I think that really just is a testament to Chloe's resilience, her strength, and her confidence in her gymnastics.
Freshman Claire Dean will start things off at a 9.8 on bars. 9.825 on floor. Her mom, Karen, played college field hockey and lacrosse at Mount Holyoke College in Massachusetts. Claire herself, 2019 JO national team member.
Beautiful aerial back handspring from Claire Dean. Another thing that Coach Chapman talked about these athletes this year is they really want to bring in their charisma to be her teams, and I feel like this team has done just that, something we haven't seen from Stanford.
When you're working with a 4-inch wide floor below you, how difficult is it to bring in that showmanship?
I mean, I never did. I rarely smiled on beam. Couldn't do it.
You were doing angry beam.
I was doing angry beam. That's the only way to get done. Beautiful stick from Claire Dean. Wow. Training a freshman to be a starter is like a secret weapon.
Yeah, and in 3 different events.
Yes.
Gabby Perea will start off the floor rotation for the Golden Bears. Last week at Tucson, carded just a 9.55. Took some extra steps on her second pass. Going through her MC, her mental choreography. How much of your routine would you go through in your head just before starting?
I mean, it depends on the event, but floor in particular, I was pacing like a lion just about the entire time, especially if you're near the end of the routine, but it all depends.
I saw you do gymnastics, Kyla. That's a great metaphor right there. Rich Burke along with Kyla Bryant, who last year represented Stanford as an individual at the Nationals on floor exercise.
Round off double tuck, which you don't really see often. She has round off double pike coming up next. Now, gymnasts are required to have at least 1 pass that has 3 elements in it, so we'll see that from her final pass today.
That was the one where she took the extra steps last week.
Yes.
In Tucson, so better this time.
Got that wolf double, absolutely beautiful.
Makes it look easy. Gabby, 3-time U.S. national team member.
Coach Liz says she's actually looking to add some E-classes into her team. She and teammate MJ Frazier.
A little short on that, one little step back. So there'll be a deduction there, but she kind of saved it.
Yeah, she definitely saved it from a fall, but the judges are definitely going to take for that.
A 9.9 for Claire Dean, a new career high for the freshman. And now here's Bella Onishko. Only time we'll see her today. She is a beam specialist Season high 9.85 last week at ASU. 3 for 3, and her scores have gone up each week. Watch for her three-part acro series.
Another great beam worker from Stanford University. Bella Onishko was also on the Canadian national team. If you're really close, you'll see the rings on her ankle.
Rio Olympian, finished 8th on beam and 18th in the all-around, as Canada finished 9th overall at the Rio Games in 2016.
Something about Bella that a lot of people don't know, other than her being a superb beamer, she is a phenomenal teammate. So she actually came into Stanford not really knowing how much time she had left because she deferred for the Olympics. And when she came in, it was COVID. And I just remember her being the most amazing teammate. Whatever you need, she's got you. Coming up with the gainer pike off the end of the beam. Beautiful finish.
Bella Onishko from Brandon, Manitoba. One of the older college gymnasts at 24 years old.
She and I used to joke that we were the grandmas on the team last year.
Now Nevaeh D'Souza after the 9.625 by Gabby Perea. Better than last week in Tucson, but not as much as Gabby wanted. Nevaeh's having a great meet so far. 92.5 on ball, 9.9 on bars, 9.9 on beam.
See how she closes it out. Huge front Rudy to a double stack. A little uncontrolled. Still back there. Last pass from D'Souza.
What a model of consistency, Nevaeh D'Souza. She's now 152 for 155 in her career.
She's got a huge front Rudy with double stack, but very uncontrolled. Whew. I don't know what the judges are going to do about that, but definitely will be taking a deduction.
A 9.8 for Bella Onishko. And now our second look at Ira Alexieva. Originally it was reported to have a 9.95 on bars. They clarified that to a 9.9. So our second look at her. She's put up 9.85s on beam, her first two career routines, each of the last 2 weeks.
Look at this mount. Absolutely beautiful. Ira also has a wonderful story. She was, like I said, on the Russian national team. Decided to, had a little bit of a mishap, but decided to come to Stanford, and last year was a bit of a difficulty dealing with injuries and things like that, but she's in her element now.
Born in Russia, moved to Texas with her parents at an early age and won the junior all-around title at the U.S. Classic in 2016. But without United States citizenship, she was ineligible for the U.S. Championships, the U.S. national team. So she moved away from her family in Texas, went back to Russia for 1 year in 2018. And at the Russian National Championships that year, she took silver on bars and bronze on vault.
Beautiful dismount. A gainer fall off the front. beam. What a way to come back from a little bit of a mishap. That's one of the things about beam. It's such a mental game that when you have even the smallest little imbalance, it's kind of difficult to come back, but that's why it's so important to be mentally strong on that event.
9.775 for D'Souza, her lowest scoring routine of the day. And now here's Maddie Williams. She's expected to exhibition on vault, but late injury anchoring that lineup, so she's doing the all-around today. Suffered a fall on floor last week, going second in the lineup in Arizona. Teammates followed with 4 straight hits to avoid counting a fall.
Get her first pass here. Beautiful.
Does a routine with 2 tumbling passes, and last week she got lost in the air, the double tuck on her second tumbling pass, fell to her knees.
Beautiful turn.
How tough is it to put that out of your mind the following week?
I mean, one of the things that I think determines a great gymnast is great athletes in general. They have what I call short-term memory. You don't really dwell on the past and you push forward to the future.
Like Ted Lasso says, be a goldfish.
That's right.
10-second memory.
That's right. It keeps you present as a gymnast in every moment, every routine. Our last pass here. Back. Oh, chest down. A little bit of a hop back.
But much better than last week,
Yeah.
that second tumbling.
We'll see. Again, it's about getting comfortable as a gymnast.
Maddie sophomore from Vacaville, California. 9.675 for Alexieva. And now our final look at Brenna Knoll, celebrating her birthday today and has had a strong all-around meet. 9.9 on bars, 9.8 on vault, 9.825 on floor. Had a miss on beam last week, carding just a 9.225 after a season best 9.875 a couple of weeks ago.
Any miss from this kid is so uncharacteristic. I mean, this girl is one of the most consistent beamers I've seen. Another one who smiles a ton on the beam and just kind of allows her personality to shine. Brenna's got such a go-getter attitude.
Yeah,
in everything she does.
Tabitha Yuen, the head coach, says she has an unconquerable spirit.
Yeah. I can attest to that. Front aerial. Nice. Beautiful legs. Beautiful switch ring. Oh! Touch the beam, I believe.
Big deduction, though not as much as falling off.
Correct. Usually it's about 3/10 fall, being 5/10. See if she hones in on this dismount. Great way to finish.
Not the routine she wanted to finish.
Again,
After 3 solid routines before that today.
I know. Again, when you have a misstep, it's kind of hard to not be rattled. And I think that something that's consistent though is these gymnasts they're finishing strong, and that's really what matters.
9.85 for Maddie Williams. They'd like to put a line through the 9.625 of Gabby Perea. Andy Lee carded the 9.85 last week in Arizona. Very unique combination of power and artistry.
This routine has got the best story.
Music is by a concert pianist named Chloe Flower, who does classic pieces in a contemporary way. The theme is that Andy's angry for having to stay in a box, stay with what's expected, and she breaks out of the box and goes into a hip-hop routine.
Yeah, Coach Liz told us that she actually joined a hip-hop dance troupe this past summer and really wanted to bring those elements into her floor routine this year. And she's doing just that.
I think she's broken out of the box.
Indeed she has. Oh, I love when they get all quirky with their facial expressions. Last pass. Beautiful. She's got that cool butterfly kick.
What an athlete, what a performer, Andy Lee.
Your teammates know that's a great routine. She's coming in for her last pass. For a handspring front full to a layout and just celebrates. That's always the best feeling. The dance after the last pass.
And especially after your final routine of the day.
Yes.
Still awaiting a score for Brennan Nolt as Anna Roberts gets set to go. 9-3-2-5 for Nolt. And now Anna Roberts has posted back-to-back 9-7-7-5s after a high of 9-8 on beam in week 1. Has done the all-around each meet here in her freshman year. Her score has improved each time. High at 39.35 last week in the all-around at Arizona State.
Anna Roberts has beautiful legs. So strong. I mean, the key after following 2 not so great performances is to really just settle in. And that's what Anna's got to learn as a freshman. Beautiful side aerial. Fergus now. Round off. Oh, good. Oh, takes a bit of a step. That 1.5.
But needs just a 9-7 for her career high in the all-around.
Again, as a freshman who's learning how to do all around at this level, it's an adjustment. It's a process.
9.925 for Andy Lee. That's a 1/4 of a tenth off of her career best. And now Maya Lazan. 9.75 on vault, 9.8 on bars, 9.95 on beam.
This is such a fun routine.
Her routine has 2 tumbling passes.
Beautiful first pass.
You can still have a 10-0 start value with 2 tumbling passes if they have enough difficulty, right?
Yes, so you have to actually add a leap, which kind of allows those athletes who are a lot more comfortable with leaps and other more flight skills to be able to do that, rather than the people who are like myself wanted to do open double tucks and and double layouts and mini E passes.
energetic personality, for being a great teammate. A 9.7 for Anna Roberts by a quarter of a tenth. That will be her best all-around here in her freshman season. 39.375, I believe. Now Chloe Widner has flirted with getting a 10 on me.
She's got a 9.9 last week. Again, this is Chloe's sweet spot here on this event. Another thing about gymnastics is that we all fall, and it happens to the best of us, even on the events that are we're most comfortable with.
Chloe Widner came back from injury last year.
Beautiful dismount to close it out.
So finished the routine well after the fall. .9925, matching the career high for Maya Lazan on floor. And now MJ Frazier, our final routine of the day. Back-to-back 9925 for previous two floor routines. MJ, her most recent floor routine was at the Wasatch Classic 2 weeks ago. She called it the 9875, another two tumbling pass routine. And they rested her last week in all four events, wanting to take it easy on her here in her freshman year.
It's huge double leg. Wow. And MJ's got the scoring potential right now. She has season high of a 995, so looking to have a similar score today and close out the meet.
.995 at the Super 16 in Las Vegas in week 1.
Oh. Close that her routine with the front through the double tuck.
MJ Frazier.
And Haas Pavilion is erupting right now.
What a future she has, just a freshman. New Jersey native, USA national team member since 2019.
Look at this double layout. I mean, she gets those arms up. Beautiful finish. And she just knows that was the business. With this double tug. I mean, perfect.
MJ Frazier. We'll wrap things up from Haas Pavilion when we come back. The Golden Bears and the Stanford Cardinals. And the Cal Bears knock off the Stanford Cardinal here in the big meet by 1.45. 197.525 for the Golden Bears. Matches their highest score this year. So, good all-around meet. It's some great moments for your former school, the Cardinal.
Yeah, I think Stanford started off super strong on bars, and you know, I feel like they tried to carry their momentum in throughout the meet. Great performances on floor, had a couple great highlights here and there. I think they, wish they would have finished a little bit stronger at the end, but again, there's early in the season and there's room to improve.
And let's welcome in Andy Lee, junior from Aurora, Illinois, for the Golden Bears. Did the all-around today with a 39.525. Andy, what does this mean, squaring off against the Stanford Cardinal, mean for you and your team?
I think it's a great start of the season. Like, this is our fourth meet, and we're keeping it strong. And I think that the energy from everyone around in the building, we're just using that to our advantage.
And Andy, what do you feel like your focus is for this season with your teammates? Do you have any individual goals? You're doing amazing.
Thank you. I think my individual goal is just to keep getting stronger and cleaning up my form. But I think as a whole team, we're just having fun and doing our best, and that's all we can ask for.
We had a career high in the all-around a couple of weeks ago, 39.675. Last year, you posted 39.525 5 different times. Guess what you had today? 39.525. At least you're consistent, right?
Yeah, that's great. I don't think I really pay attention to scores. I kind of just go out there and have fun and just do what I know how to do.
Yeah, that seems like a great approach. Talk about some of your teammates. What's it like to be part of this group?
I have an amazing team. You can always count on them. You go to them anytime you want. In the middle of the night, they'll always be there for you. So it's incredible. Our team aspect is amazing.
Well, congratulations on a very solid meet for you and your team.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's Andy Lee, talented junior from Aurora, Illinois, as her Golden Bears knocked off the Stanford Cardinal by 1.45, 197.525 for Cal, matches their highest this year, 196.075 for Stanford. Kyla, Brian, great broadcasting debut. Hope we get to do it again.
Thank you. It's so much fun.
Our senior coordinator producer is Will O'Toole. For producer Michael Shames, director Ted Blay, for Kyla Blanch and the entire crew, I'm Rich Burke. That's it from Cal.